Hello, Sagittarius, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. So we are going to jump right into your January reading, guys. Now, this is going to be past, present, and future glance at your life, and it'll be for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus Sagittarius signs. Remember that the energy, guys, could be transferable, so it could be something that you guys are going through, or something with a person around you. Something is definitely around you that your soul is really happy with right now. So that's a great thing. I see you guys really finding peace. Okay. Just want to give this a good shuffle. But I hope your January has been good so far, guys. Happy New Year's. Let's see what's going on. All right. Past, present, and future. All right, so we have past, present, and future. Okay. All right, guys. So the energy that you have here is the Five of Wands in the reverse. So off bat, this is someone that they don't want to fight, they don't want to argue, they don't want to be part of anything petty. They just don't want tension. They don't want rumors. They don't want bullshit. And mentally, you're getting past something, and it's leading you to building, building something for yourself. I feel that there was something that you were not genuinely invested in, or maybe where you were losing money, where you removed yourself out of that, or again, someone could have done that towards you. So let's talk about it. The first card that you guys have for the past, Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is communication, action, that back and forth reciprocation with something. We have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse and the Hanged Man. So there's something that you could be putting effort into that's not working, whether it's through conversation or through you actually doing work. And it's something where you're really just going with the flow of this. Okay, so whether you wanted it to work or not, I feel like you gracefully deal with this. I don't feel that this is something where you're really fighting it, okay? There's definitely a new chapter going in, and you guys really trying to think of a way to just come across victory, whatever that is to you, whether you're trying to find success in love or, within your career. I see you guys making good change and really releasing any burdens. Now, the only thing here so far that I see you might want to be careful with is you have to be aware of if you are kind of being a leech or being a drain to someone around you, or if somebody around you is doing this to you. Because I see a person doing whatever they need to be in a good place, but not necessarily being too concerned about who could be affected by it or how other people or environments could be affected by it. All right. We have the Page of Cups in the reverse. So I call this the pillow talker, somebody that can sound real smooth and sweet with what they say, but they can't genuinely back up what they're saying. All right. We have the Queen of Cups in the reverse and the Knight of Swords in the reverse. So you guys got yourself into something a little reckless. Okay. Something that you knew couldn't be built upon, and feelings were definitely hurt here. Something was dropped, and someone kind of did it in like an asshole-ish sort of way. Okay, this could be you, this could be someone else, just seeing what I see, guys. But yeah, a betrayal was definitely felt here. It could have been kind of like a heavy, harsh, or abrupt sort of ending. We have the Nine of Swords in the reverse and the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So there's a strong sense of betrayal, but someone is just going towards a new chapter here. And I'll be honest, I see that there could be some sort of party in this that is very hurt, but I also see someone else who's kind of like, like I don't want to say they don't care, but it's just, they're not losing sleep over it. Okay. It's definitely a situation where someone did not have all the facts. Okay, so it's like you have to just go on a new path at this point. Now in the present moment, first card we have here, Ace of Wands in the reverse. Okay, something you're not going towards, maybe something that ended for you. Four of Cups in the reverse. And the Six of Pentacles. At this point, you're at peace with this ending. You might not be 100% over it, but you're at peace with it, okay? And again, I still feel that someone could be angry here, but there's a sense of just knowing, you know, I had to kind of get through this. Now, the center of your reading is the Five of Cups. So this is the next card for your present moment and what every card kind of like ties into. With this Five of Cups here, guys, this is a person that could be feeling very sad. They could be feeling a loss, but a majority of the time, you know, this is happening because they're focusing on what has not worked out for them. They are focused on their losses. They're not focused on the potential of, you know, the possibilities around them and the new opportunities that could come in. Why is this Five of Cups here? You have the Magician, so you're in a place where you're able to manifest so much despite, you know, your emotions. And you have the Ten of Cups. So although there could be this core of somebody just being, you know, sad about something, you're able to manifest something that makes you really, really happy. But guys, if there's a situation where, you know, either someone is being untrustworthy, whether it's you or someone else, that's something you're going to have to move away from. Only put yourselves in a position where you know those around you are being honest and you know that you can be honest. If this doesn't have to do with like promiscuity, someone cheating, then there's kind of like an asshole in the room and they're the King of Wands in the reverse. Like, think of them. All right, if the King of Wands in the reverse was a boss, this is the type of boss that is always over your shoulder, who is always angry, overly dramatic, making people feel like shit, telling you what you have to do and not doing a goddamn motherfucking thing themselves. That is the King of Wands in the reverse. So if it's not promiscuity, it's just an energy that is just, it's like, get away from me. It's too much. So whatever, if you're being that way or something around you is that way, whatever is causing this, it has to just, you have to let it just die out. And there's going to be a huge change in your life. You have the Tower card. So big shift coming in. Now, when you have major arcanas pop up, guys, like the Tower card, this is something that maybe you could put off for a little bit, but it's inevitable. You have the Star card in the reverse. And the King of Swords in the reverse. So there's a huge change here where someone is fiercely being protective of themselves. Like, fiercely. Sometimes the King of Swords in the reverse could be someone who's abusive mentally, physically, emotionally, verbally. I don't really pick that up too much, although for some of you that could be what's going on. I feel like someone has gone through so much that they've just put a wall up so high and it just seems so drastic, but it's just like they don't know what other measure to take. You know, so it might seem very harsh on the outside looking in. But there is a lot that has pushed this person to this point. This is the King of Swords in the reverse. You don't become that person overnight. This is the person that, you know, it's like the dog that keeps getting hit by a human. It gets hit and it gets hit, it gets hit, and then one day it bites back, and everyone's like, oh, did you see that dog? It bit back. It's like, hell yeah, that motherfucker had it coming. So it's that sort of thing where it's just like, it's like I try to warn you not to fuck with me, but like, now you're really going to see that you can't get through to me. I feel like a lot of you could be abruptly doing this too. So it could be hard for you or maybe people around you if it's like a very sudden change, but that's what I see happening. Now, going into the future, the first card that we have here is the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. So something that you may have been putting your time and effort into, you know, being a waste of time. You have the Nine of Cups and the Seven of Cups. There is something that you thought had made you happy, but it was all an illusion, okay? You know that it's a waste of time. You know that it's toxic, and you're cutting that out, okay? It's something that's out of your control, that's being let go of, and you're being very reserved towards this. Why is this Four of Pentacles here? You have the Two of Pentacles. So you're being reserved because you're just trying to find balance in your life again. And someone, honestly, like, someone might come at you for this, or you might, speak to someone in a rough way because of whatever's happening. But I see someone who's hurt or upset about something and needing to find a healthy way to get through this. My biggest worry for you guys this month, Sagittarius, is that you guys handle things in a way that can create more drama for you at the end. So before you react to something, guys, really just take a moment to breathe and to think, and say, is this the best option for the long term? Okay? Because I just see people acting and not thinking, and it really fucks them over. Okay? So really just stop and think for a moment. You have the Moon card in the reverse. So this is, if there was anything you weren't certain about, you have clarity. If there's anything you felt you had to heal from, this is healing coming in. Queen of Swords in the reverse. Ooh. Sun card in the reverse, World card in the reverse. Yeah, there's something here. It's like that you're seeing. And it was something that you were heavily tied into. And you guys are just really, really on edge. Okay? But I still see that energy, you guys. The Queen of Swords in the reverse. You guys have the King of Swords in the reverse. Okay? You guys have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. These are not people you want to get in the reverse because they're not thinking. They're just doing. And yes, there's obviously something you have to get through. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be that friend that you don't want to hear what I have to say. But you can make it so much worse. Don't make it worse. Okay? Don't make it worse than what it needs to be. Act accordingly. Ask yourself, am I reacting to this in too much of a big way? Yeah, there's just a lot of recklessness here. This was actually here and this was here. But what it's saying is that whatever chapter this is that needs to be closed out, do it in a way where you're not causing detriment to yourself, because something about the way you handle things you may actually, without even realizing, be blocking something from coming in for you. Okay? All right, guys. So I'm going to pull you guys some cards of advice. Let's see what comes out. So what cards of advice can I give to my Sagittarians for 2020? We have the Four of Wands, the Four of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. Guys, so look, Tower card in the reverse. This card specifically says dodge a bullet, avoid a disaster. There's going to be drastic changes in your life this month. It's going to be inevitable. And guys, it's not just you. Everyone's getting hit by it. Because 2020 is really the year where we delve into our life purposes. We're not looking at petty, superficial shit anymore. We're not stunting for the gram. We're not, trying to make an ex jealous. It's like, no, how am I going to provide generational wealth for my grandchildren and great grandchildren? It's like we're on deeper missions right now. We're not thinking about stupid shit anymore. You guys need to take a moment because there's something great that's coming in, but I feel like you guys are really going to want to react. And there's things that don't deserve the reaction that you're going to give it. Okay, so take a moment, breathe, guys. Get your thoughts together before acting, before doing, and stabilize yourself. Make sure that you're good, and stability will be there. Also, if you were struggling financially, this is going to be a time where you really feel like you can handle things on your own. That self-sufficiency. We have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. That in order for you to find true balance and to have a solid foundation for yourself is to be reserved. Okay, whatever this is that isn't working out, guys, it's something that at this point should just kind of be walked away from. okay? But this is actually suggesting that you take time during a moment that could be very uncomfortable for you. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. And sort your shit out. Grieve, feel the heartache if that's what's happening, feel the frustration, allow yourself to feel that, but don't make it worse. And just truly think about what's best, because you guys will recover. A lot of this is really in your head, but it's time to go deep. All right, Sagittarius. So you guys really want to be in a place where you avoid conflict at all costs, and you will boss up in a huge way, and you will move forward, and you're going to be very passionate about new things coming into your life. All right, but slow and steady wins the race. This is the attitude you need to take for this next chapter. You need to be the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles is not always the quickest knight. If anything, it's the slowest knight, but it's the one that can go the furthest, and it's the one that can create something that's long term. Okay, their palace might not be built as quickly as like the Knight of Swords or the Knight of Wands, because y'all are quick, you're on the go, you got the thoughts and you're excited and you do it. This is someone that really just sits for a moment and they say, okay, I know I want this style house right now, I know I want this sort of palace, but you know what, in 30 years, life might change drastically, and I have to have a way for us to have what we need at that time. So it's someone that they don't necessarily jump and do something, right away, but they really figure it out, and they really go through all the details, and they look through everything, and they just take a moment, slow and steady. And guys, I love y'all, but I know that that's not always an easy thing for y'all. And that's why, when I'm in a place where I'm down or just like need to be lifted up, I see that I gravitate towards my Sagittarian friends, because you guys are always on the go. There's always new ideas, new plans, and I love that. But you can't take that approach this time. Okay? You can't just up and leave and book a ticket somewhere tomorrow. Okay? Think about it. Truly think about it, the effect it has on you now and the long-term effect. All right, and act accordingly, because you guys can get yourself into some shit if you just do some reckless shit. You're not thinking about it, you just jump into it. Don't make life harder. Okay, I love y'all. If you guys want to follow me on social media, my personal Instagram is High Vibrations 44. It's a little empty right now because I just deleted everything from the past. I want to start over in life. And then my astrology Instagram page is High Vibrations Tarot. Okay, if you guys need a personal reading, everything is in the description below. Take care, guys.